Oh, yeah, and we are back. So y'all know Trump's DOJ is trying to shoot down the only successful reparations plan in the country, Evanston, Illinois. Community ain't having it. So I was gonna start it off the right way. I got a message from the Reverend Doctor. I'm gonna wait for these notifications to kick in. I'm gonna play this little intro, and we'll be right back with said video. Let's do this.
And I personally hope that my people get this message as fast as they can so that we can move toward freedom and independence and be extricated and removed from white rule and domination.
Oh, yiggity, yeah. I'm Jay Lava. This is the Keep It P podcast. I scour the internet so that you don't have to. So I bought all the good videos about this topic and this subject. I'm talking about even from the other side, even the ones that you don't even want to hear. You got to hear what they talking about on the other side. You got to hear it. So I got something for you. But I really want to lay this on you real quick because it's just going to set the tone of the whole thing.
America refused to give the Negro any land. Through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. Now, this is what we are faced with, and this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Just like that. So everybody want to know, okay, exactly what's going on, right? What's going on is this going on. So this is what we got. We got your boy trying to sabotage said program. Shout out to our urban intellectual. He's gonna go ahead and break it down for you.
The first reparations program for black people is under federal attack. Have you heard this story? Let's talk about it. Trump's administration is trying to stop the first reparations program designed for black people in United States history. Let that sink in for just a moment. Not a $1 trillion reparations bill, not a national repair plan, not a full accounting of slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, stolen labor, stolen land, medical racism, school segregation, or the wealth gap. None of that. A local program in Evanston, Illinois, a program designed to respond to documented housing discrimination against black residents. And now the federal government is stepping in to challenge it. So let's talk about what's really happening here right now. Evanston became the first city in the United States to create a reparations program for black residents. The program offers up to $25,000 in housing-related grants for eligible black residents or descendants connected to Evanston between 1919 and 1969, or people who can show they were harmed by the city's discriminatory housing policies. Why housing? Because housing is not just shelter. Housing is wealth. Housing is inheritance. Housing is school access. See, housing is neighborhood stability. Housing is how many families in America built generational security using it. And black families were systematically blocked from that. Redlining, restrictive covenants, discriminating lending, segregated neighborhoods. All of this happened. Urban renewal, local policies and practices that told black families where they could live, where they could buy, where wealth could grow, and where their wealth could not. So Evanston said, you know what? We're going to repair some of that harm. Not all of it, some of it. And that is when the backlash came. Now the Justice Department is arguing that this program is discriminatory because it provides its benefits to black residents and their descendants only. But here's the question I need people to sit with in this moment. How do you repair race-based harm while pretending race had nothing to do with it?
Right.
How do you fix redlining without naming who was redlined?
Right.
How do you repair housing discrimination against black families while refusing to say black families were targeted?
This is something that boggled my mind for so long. right? And it goes to the matrix that we live in, man. How it's really all set up. How is it that we don't get to say what the truth is really happening, and then if we doing that, then it's discriminating off the people who discriminated against us? That it's a vicious, infinite circle of confusion. He hit that right on the head, man. I swear to God. I was thinking the same thing.
See, that's the trick. They want the harm to be specific, but they want the repair to be vague. They want the records to be buried. They want the language to be softened. They want the debt to be erased.
Yes.
They want the word reparations to scare people before they learn the history. But when you know the history, this looks different. Because reparations is not a handout. Reparations is repair.
Yep.
It is a response to documented harm. It is a response to theft. It is a response to discrimination. It's a response to policy. And that's what they do not want our people to understand. They want black people to forget that housing policy helped build the racial wealth gap that we all talk about. They want us to forget that government, banks, and courts and real estate boards and local officials all play roles in deciding who could build wealth and who could not. They want us to forget that black families did not just fall behind. They were pushed back. They were blocked out. They were locked out and then blamed for the damn results. This is why black history matters. See, because without history, reparations sounds like a special treatment. The first reparations program for black people is under federal attack. Have y'all heard this story?
Have y'all heard this story? Is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Now, y'all know the people, the people is out here. I'm talking about, I picked this one because shout out to Blair Amani. She said get smarter in seconds. Now, it doesn't matter how much you educate people. Those who don't want to know, don't want to know. Like the ones that's going to swarm my chat in just a minute here. Hey, y'all just showing up, huh? Oh, I see y'all already. Well, here, I got some education for you. I know y'all like to hear real stuff, but I got something for you. Yep. Now, hold on now. See, you got to be weary of all messages, right? She tried to put the little artifacts into all of that, and that's leaning towards some African shit. It's not lost on me. Come on now, ma. Now they spitting, they cooking, but that was the little to try to smooth them folks on in. You got to be listening, but I'm gonna let her cook though. Oh shit! My bad. I ain't got none of my mods in here because they would have told me I wasn't playing the video. My bad. Here y'all go. Get smarter in seconds. Listen to this. This will hip you up while y'all over there talking that crap.
Slavery was bad and all, but reparations just aren't realistic. The fact is reparations are realistic, but people love to shut down the conversation around reparations in one of three ways: by saying that there's nothing that needs to be repaired, that it's too expensive, or that it's impossible or impractical. So let's debunk each one and get smarter in seconds. First, there is a lot that needs to be repaired, especially in the context of the United States, but right now we're going to focus on chattel and slavery. Reparations can include direct payments.
Now, notice how she said we're going to focus on the United States, but then tried to slip in the little artifacts and all of that. And when you say that, you speaking about African artifacts that Britain and other people is holding on to. Maybe some over here, true indeed, in some museums, but you got to, like I said, you got to be weary and listen to certain messages because they be trying to slip in on the slide and the slide. And I be catching it.
scholarships, policy changes, government subsidies, or the return of bodies, art, artifacts, or land by a government or institution to an individual or community that has been harmed or wronged in the past. It's estimated that the United States benefited from over 222 million hours of forced labor between 1619 and 1865 when chattel slavery ended. That adds up to $100 trillion in unpaid wages. Now, that lost wealth combined with policy decisions like Jim Crow, redlining, segregation, and mass incarceration has resulted in a vast racial wealth gap between African American families and white American families. Not to mention the fact that programs like the GI Bill that were supposed to help all Americans build wealth specifically discriminated against African Americans. This brings us to the second point about reparations being too expensive. And economists estimate that a reparations bill of just $14 trillion could totally eliminate the racial wealth gap. I will admit that is a lot of money, but the context here is that the United States military already spends nearly $1 trillion each year on defense spending. So if a reparations program was enacted over a period of years, this is very attainable. We have already allotted trillions of dollars for war, bank bailouts, tax cuts for the wealthiest among us, and COVID relief. And think about the amount of taxpayer dollars that are already going to other countries for their endless war.
Remember when they did COVID, y'all? Remember it wasn't no study. Remember it wasn't no program. Remember it wasn't no, let's talk about it, let's analyze it. Nope. They ponied up that money and they got it right out right away to everybody, direct deposit. Quick. Here y'all go. You need some unemployment? Here you go. They was handing that bread out. So I don't want to hear it can't be done.
We should keep in mind that the reason we have all of this wealth to begin with is because of the forced enslaved labor that we profited from for centuries.
What did you say, ma'am? Say that one more time.
We have all of this wealth to begin with is because of the forced enslaved labor that we profited from for centuries. The fact that so many descendants of enslaved African Americans are living in poverty today is a policy decision. Now, maybe you're like the person at the beginning where you believe that slavery was a huge wrong that should be repaired, but that reparations are just impossible. Well, this third point is for you. You should know that the United States and many other countries have already paid reparations many, many times.
Many times. Many times? No, they ain't paid many times. Hold on. I got somebody. Hold on. You got to hear this. When we talk about many times, you got to hear this. Hold on real quick. You got to hear this. I got something for you. Because some people don't think fat meat is greasy, like my grandma used to say. Y'all got a grandma that used to have them old sayings? That's one of my grandma's sayings. Boy, you don't think fat meat greasy. Or hard head make a soft ass. Y'all remember that one? So you got to be real black to know them ones. Hold on. Let me let you learn something about this here subject, because I had somebody that broke that down real dope for you. And you got to hear this. You understand what I'm saying? This is real diggy. Because it's not about guilt in any way. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. Sis do bust it down kind of real.
Every time we say reparations, somebody panics like we just asked for their entire inheritance. But here's the truth. This country has already paid reparations, just not to us. And not just once, multiple times. So let's stop acting brand new.
Come on.
Reparations are not about guilt. They are about debt. America's been in the red with black folks for over 400 years. And it's not just slavery either. It's everything after. Stolen wages, stolen land, the GI Bill we were locked out of, the homes we weren't allowed to buy, the neighborhoods we were pushed out of. My grandparents in Virginia had a big house. They built something themselves. They held it down. But do you know what's there now? A highway. Because the government decided that their land was disposable, but convenient for development.
Eminent domain. Check it out. Most of the highway systems across America were built through black towns. I myself, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, go to a celebration every year in the Rondo district, and Rondo was a thriving black town that they happened to put Highway 94 through, just like they did over in North Minneapolis as well. Every place where the black people was, They threw the highway right through the joint. She ain't lying.
And we're just one Black family amongst many more. Reparations is not some favor. It's the bare minimum for a country who made Black struggle policy. Economist Dr. William Darity crunched the numbers. To close the Black to white wealth gap today, 14 to 17 trillion. That's just to bring us even, not ahead, just even.
What'd you say, sis?
Hey, 14 to 17 trillion. That's just to bring us even, not ahead, just even.
Just to even the score. Just to even the score a little bit. Jeez Louise. Is that what we doing? Just to even the score?
So let's compare. Iraq and Afghanistan wars, 6 trillion. 2008 bank bailout, 700 billion. COVID era PPP loans, over $800 billion. And most people haven't even paid that back. Congress. So don't tell me we can't afford it. This country finds money for war, for Wall Street.
For illegal immigrants? I don't know. Putting them up in brand new hotels, giving them Pizza Hut gift cards, Walmart gift cards, paying for food trucks. We done the stories. I mean, come on.
And corporate tax cuts on command. It just doesn't want to write us into the budget. And it's not just checks. Though, let's be real, for many families, that's exactly what it should be. It could look like cash payments like the Japanese Americans received.
Right.
Interest-free home loans for the Black folks that were locked out of generational wealth. Student debt cancellation or free college at public HBCUs. Land returns for families displaced by urban renewal. Tax credits or guaranteed income based on ancestry.
Just like them folks get for 5 years when they come over here. Them folks, when them folks up in Minnesota, they was getting all the tax-free. Your boy was doing the interview with the chrome heart glasses on. Come on now. I'm just saying.
And miss me with the, how do we prove who qualifies? This country tracks ancestry just fine when it wants to.
And they know exactly who we are, and so do we. And if you came over here just in the 65 after the civil rights movement, you ain't got nothing coming. We foundational. That's why they don't like this delineation movement, because it signifies who gets what. Peep the play, peep the script.
Native enrollment, Holocaust reparations, the 9/11 Victims Fund. The issue isn't logistics, it's politics. Because if we got what we were actually owed, we'd stop scraping to survive. We'd have what they always feared: wealth, stability, ownership, power. We wouldn't need to ask for a seat at the table. We'd be flipping tables and buying the building. Reparations would not destroy America. They'd reveal it. They'd show who got rich off of stolen land, who passed down trust funds built on unpaid labor, who inherited freedom while we inherited cleanup. So yeah, reparations would change everything. And maybe it's time something finally did. Every time we...
Did she bust that down? Did she bust it down? I told y'all I had something for you. I ain't done yet. Look, you know I got something for y'all in the comments, right? This how y'all sound. This is our thing with y'all. Every time.
Redlining, housing discrimination didn't happen to white people, but they're like, we need money too. This isn't fair. Are you kidding me? So you go through, you see the studies, you see all the numbers of all the people that were discriminated against and all the reasons why they were discriminated. And you're like, man, white people should get some of this. Proving the point that we always say and we always have. Anytime that black people try to get any reparations, anything for the things that's happened, here they come. But what about us? Like, why would it didn't affect you? It didn't affect you. It's like some people in an area was hit by a tornado and the people from the outside are like, Man, I should get some of that tornado money too. That isn't fair.
Right.
What? You wasn't even in the area that was hit. How do you get to come out and say, oh, we get money too? When the people that's been discriminated against for all these years get nothing. And then when the time comes for them to get something, here comes the federal government trying to block it.
Man. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all, for my stomp downs in there. We got to take a trip to the other side. You got to see these demons in their face. You got to see what these devils is talking about. And look at this one. I mean, if she don't look like she pulled her whole little skin over her skull this morning. This is Assembly Member Diane, the state of California. And she is scared and upset that they making reparations real, and she is vowing on her last decrepit ass breath, on the last swipe of mayo she can, that she gonna block that shit. She don't like that shit, cuz. She old boy from Minister Society with the banana. She gonna have to drop a dime on that shit.
Alarm bells are ringing. Sacramento is quietly laying the groundwork for reparations.
Alarm bells! Oh my God! Black people are getting the justice and their just due. Oh my God! What? It's a bad bill. Oh my God! Alarm bells are ringing.
Alarm bells are ringing. Sacramento is quietly laying the groundwork for reparations payments, and they don't want anyone to know what's happening. There is a bill sneaking through the legislative process that will change the tax code so that reparation payments won't be taxed. They're not debating if reparations are coming. They're already writing the rules for when they arrive. This is how it starts.
Did you hear what she said? She is terrified. They're not debating if they're coming. They're already writing the rules when they come. Oh my God, this is how it starts. How what starts? Equality, lady? What is wrong with you? Jeez. Louise, let's bring that back because I want y'all to hear the full fear.
Bells are ringing. Sacramento is quietly laying the groundwork for reparations payments, and they don't want anyone to know what's happening. There is a bill sneaking through the legislative process that will change the tax code so that reparation payments won't be taxed. They're not debating if reparations are coming. They're already writing the rules for when they arrive.
Oh, no.
This is how it starts. I've been in Sacramento now for 4 years, but I already know the schemes of bad policymaking.
You know the schemes of bad policy making. Oh my God. She looked like she ready to jump out her whole damn skin over this. Jeez Louise, ma'am. Get a grip.
First, they lay the groundwork. Then they patiently wait for the right time, oftentimes in the last days of the legislative session when we work past midnight, to sneak something in with a bad bill.
Why would they have to sneak it in? Because we got Karens like you? Is that why they got to sneak it in?
Voted against every reparations measure that has come before.
Listen to her.
To sneak something in with a bad bill. I have voted against every reparations measure that has come before me, including opposing this bill twice. Follow me here. I will keep you updated and share how you can join me as I continue the fight to stop this. This is not the right path for California. Thank you.
Wow, I'm talking about real evil, devilish, evil devils. She's saying that with her whole wrinkled face. She's saying that with her whole geriatric chest. Like, you can smell the Bengay from her collarbone. Jeez Louise, I'm talking about they out there, fam. Sometimes you got to hear what they saying on the other side. She is actively, did you hear what she said? With every ounce of marrow in her little osteoporosis little bones. She ain't finna have it. Did you hear? Did you hear what she said? But guess what though? We've been clowning them though. We've been popping up. Shout out to bro who popped up. Well, shout out to Sincere Love, the guy that posted this. Go follow Sincere Love, the guy. That's my guy. But somebody had to tell the truth. Somebody did.
Reparations is more than a check, but the very first thing it is a check. And come this year during the midterms and in 2028, if you don't have our check, you won't get no vote. No check, no vote.
Yup.
Yeah, I know that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what's happening. All of y'all in here, with all due respect, you're beautiful, but you're old. You're not talking to the youth. You don't know how to talk to the youth. You're trying to tell us what to do. We're not having it no more. So if you want our vote, you got to come with our paper. We're not scared of Trump. We're not scared of anybody. Biden is a racist. Trump is a racist. Reparations is more than a check, but the very first thing it is a check.
I just wanted to make sure we had that clear. I just wanted to make sure that we had that clear right out there. Yeah, shout out to Melrose. That's who that was, Melrose Mike. Yeah. No. I just wanted to make sure we got that clear because there's a lot of pussyfooting and pussy willowing around what it really is. And nah. That ain't what we talking about. We talking about that munadero, okay? Right? I got something for y'all though. I be telling y'all gotta hear from the other side. Even if the other side is sting a little bit, just to hear how evil and nasty and just, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta hear this. You gotta hear it and you gotta internalize that, like Ice Cube say, here's what they think about you. Remember that? Y'all remember that? Y'all gotta be old enough to know about the Ice Cube NWA beef. Here's what they think about you. Right? You gotta be prepared to kind of hear the not so, you know what I'm saying? The not so. This one is not so. This guy's really serious about what he's saying. I'm talking about, like, he says slavery's reparations are living in America. And look at him with his little suit. Hold on. My fault. Hold on. Look at him with his little suit and his little tie on. He's finna intellectually break down to you. Just listen.
Hey, cut it out. You need to grow up. Stop throwing a fit. You're throwing a tantrum. Stop being a little boy. You're whining and crying about something that's ultimately your fault. Yeah. Stop blaming it on other people. It's your fault. Because here's the deal. It's like, well, slavery. The richest black people on God's green earth are African Americans. If slavery never happened, then you would be in a grass hut.
That trope kills me so bad. Like, it's like they mad because we made y'all stop enslaving us and actually became something. Yeah, like they're mad about that. To even say that is dumb. I thought I was gonna let this go play all the way through, but I got to chop Cuz up a little bit because that was dumb. Anyway, let me go ahead.
Yeah.
Because he ain't cooking, he broiling. This nigga's broiling with no seasoning.
All right, well, we need reparations. Your reparations are that you get to live in America.
Really?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We built this thing, cuz. What are you talking? You should be thanking us. The madness is real. The matrix is real, man. It's the yin and the yang of this shit. I keep telling y'all. For as much as justice and righteousness that we fight for, there is evil, demonic, devilish people out there on the other side. Here we go.
You get to have the Christian religion.
That's
live
right.
better than your ancestors.
The great.
Notice, hold on, though. I can't. I'll be remiss if I did not touch on this. Notice how he said the Christian religion. Like, we gave y'all the Christian religion now. Like, what benefit was that? It was to your benefit on the docile, see you like Jesus, white people type thing, which is a lot of people that came up out of, fam. But notice he admitting it now. Y'all got to hear what they think about you. They gave y'all Jesus, is what he said.
Greatest moment in history for any brown or black country is the moment that the white man's ships arrive on your shore.
That is the worst moment for everybody in the world. What are you talking about? Soon as y'all show up, smallpox, diseases, guns, niggas taking over shit. What are you talking about, guy? The delusion is real. Soon as y'all show up, we can expect the indigenous population to be exterminated. Australia, the pygmies. Do y'all know about leprechauns? Leprechauns was little black people that King Leopold wiped all the way out. Now these niggas celebrating them with some Lucky Charms and shit. What? Come on, man. Get out of here. There's more.
Because he brings the gospel of Jesus Christ.
See? He did this the second time he said it, y'all. I don't be pouncing on my folks that believe what you believe. But if what you believe is used as a tool, you gotta question some things. That's your journey. But he done threw the Jesus in your face twice. I just want you to know that. Crew, he done threw the Jesus in the face twice.
Catechizes you and your children.
Catechizes. I don't even know what that means. Hold on.
Of Jesus Christ, he catechizes.
Catechizes. Let me look that up. Catechize, because I don't like people just saying stuff. So I just hold on. CATECH. ECH. Hold on now. Just hold on, would you? Just give me a second. I gotta do my due diligence. IZES. Hold on. What is that? Goddamn. IZES. Okay, right. IZES. Okay. What does that mean? He threw that one out there. Catechize. Definition in third person, singular from verb. Catechize. Also spelled catechize. To catechize means to teach someone the principles of Christian religion using formal structural questions and answers. In a broader modern sense, it can also mean to question someone closely or systematically. Systematically? That's a synonym for catechize. A synonym for catechize depends on whether you emphasize the act instructing someone or interrogating someone. Oh, so they using Jesus to instruct y'all. He said it. I didn't. He said it. I just wanted to know what catechize mean. That's what I'm saying. Go on.
You and your children. He brings exports. He brings hospitals, medicine, life expansion.
Well, we need the hospitals and the medicine because you come over with your little diseases and all that. Sleeping in the barn and with the cows and all that. Lice and all that. Lou Gehrig's disease and all that. What are you talking about? Osteosporosis and all that. What are you talking about? What is this guy talking about? There's more.
Increases, GDP and resources increase, medicine increases, and most importantly, you get taught the
He said medicine twice, but most importantly,
gospel of Jesus Christ.
did he say Jesus a third time? God damn it. Did he say Jesus a third time? Man. It's something about that Jesus, y'all. He said it 3 times so far. They really heavy on the Jesus he is.
So that you can live longer on earth and then go to heaven instead of hell.
Really? Live longer on earth being a slave to the matrix system and then go to this made up heaven that you claiming? How about we have the heaven right now? I don't want to wait until then. What you talking about? I want it right now. What is he talking about?
That's historically what has happened. That doesn't mean white people haven't sinned. That doesn't mean that they did it all right.
Here go to explaining. This part's always coming. How they try to absolve themselves of any wrongdoing. I'm not saying.
There weren't abusive slave masters, that there weren't, like, that's not to absolve white people of sin. But I'm saying on the big picture, to say, well, black people are victims, black people are oppressed, and white people owe us something, and it's all your fault. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And here's
it's only insane because you don't want to take accountability for it. And that's what I find. It's the accountability thing. You know, YT people take credit for every goddamn thing but racism. Y'all don't know where that come from. Let you tell it. We started it, huh? We started the racism, huh, guys? Right? Because y'all just can't figure out why we just won't let y'all do what y'all want to do, huh? So if we racist because we won't let y'all do what y'all want to do. I get it. Not really. It's actually pretty crazy when you think about it. Jeez Louise. This guy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this, but come on.
Here's the deal. I think getting to, the question from Starch Manning is a lot of the pushback that eventually conservatives finally mustered enough courage to say is, well, hey, look, can we just agree to a truce and let's just, we just won't talk about race at all.
Hell no. You would love that, wouldn't you? Listen to what he's saying, though, y'all. Listen, you got to listen with a third ear. You got to have the other ear listening. Let me break down what he just said to y'all. The reason why we don't like y'all black people is because y'all give us constant opposition. Everybody else is fine because they suck up to us and they want to be our little pets. But you little nigglets, come on, little nigglets, just do a little truce. Let's just let bygones be bygones. Come on, guys. Let's just let bygones be bygones. Let's just sweep that old slavery under the rug. And let's just move on to a wholesome society. Man, if you don't shut up with that crap. Here we go. He got more.
Right.
There
was mistakes on both sides.
There were mistakes on both sides.
There was mistakes on both sides. No, there was not. There was not. Listen, man. I keep telling y'all. The yin and yang of this stuff is real. For as much as justice, as much as righteousness that we be on, there is always the dark side. I got to expose to y'all the dark side. This is the dark side, people. Luke, I'm your father. The dark side. This is it. Look how they posted up. Look how they try to look smart, too. Like they got the little books back there. He's got his leg crossed. He has his
brown shoes on that probably matches the belt, and they're buffed really tight. I've got my glasses. You know I look intelligent because I got a beard. So listen. I've got a beard. Just listen. I wear jeans and a sport coat. I have something to say. This is smart stuff here. You got to listen.
Mistakes on both sides. No. That's not actually the solution. White people are sinners who need Jesus. Within white European history.
Well, wait a minute. Well, y'all need a ton of Jesus then. All the Jesus you've been needing ain't been working so far. Y'all just been working through the need of Jesus, so it ain't the Jesus that you need now. Come on. I'm not. Nah, bruh. What you mean? What you talking about? Y'all need a little more than Jesus. Jesus ain't been working. This what y'all been doing needing Jesus? Y'all need something else. That ain't it.
There has been sin that has required the blood of Jesus.
Where you gonna get it from and when you gonna smear it on? And if you have, when it kick in? When is this blood done covered you? And if it is, y'all still acting like this with all the coverings of all the bloods? I'm confused.
But on the whole, for 1,000 years, European people have been worshiping Jesus.
And how's that worked out so far? Because they was worshiping them when they was giving babies as alligator bait. They was worshiping them then when they was doing picnics and saving nigger knuckles in mason jars. Jesus was around then too. I mean, when is this worship gonna start? When is this repentation gonna start? When is that gonna start?
As sinners, but sinners saved by grace. And on the whole, not
who the grace from who? Not from the God y'all need. So I hope that. Oh man, maybe y'all have got all the grace because y'all still allowed to do all the evil that you do. Is okay, all right, maybe okay. Maybe that is the grace that y'all still around eviling and deviling and that's what it is. Oh, okay, all right.
Non-European people, much of the rest of the world, has been worshiping demons.
So if you ain't been worshiping Jesus, you're worshiping the demon. He said it, I didn't. If you ain't been worshiping Jesus, the one that we gave you, because he said it 3, 4, 5 times. This is exhausting.
Mm-hmm. European people have been building cathedrals. Non-European people have been building grass huts.
He's going hard. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because we know we taught y'all how to bathe and stuff like that. That's a lie, bro. And if these Tartaria findings and all of that is real, man, we had this whole joint built up already. And y'all came over here and founded things. Come on, man. A lot of the cats is out the bag, fam. And they ain't conquered nothing. They brought disease where they go and niggas died because they didn't have the vaccines. Y'all ain't conquered nothing. Your nastiness help you survive. Stop it. You ain't conquered nothing. Your little nasty ass was the reason why y'all got by. Y'all use biological warfare. Y'all wasn't Spartans. Shut up. Get out of here. You wasn't. Anyway, this dude, he's killing me, but I'm gonna let him. I need y'all to hear this.
And for those who are of non-European descent, but live in the Western world, you are exceedingly blessed. And the response shouldn't be, let's push back against wokeness and just say, nobody talk about race. No, the response should be, stop whining. Stop throwing a fit. Get it together. God has blessed you, and he blessed you in large part through white people.
There you go. There you go. I knew it was coming around. I knew it was coming around. I can listen. I can respect cuz. He's saying it how he feel it. I'm white and I say so. And I say I gave you the best life that you could ever have, and you should be appreciative. That's how he think. That's pretty low IQ. Yes, that is. That's super low IQ. I agree. But this is how he think. I'm white. I gave y'all Jesus. If it wasn't for me, y'all would be in mud huts. You're welcome. Y'all gotta hear this, man. Y'all gotta hear what they talking about over there. You gotta hear what they talking about over there.
So stop doing it. And also, as for you and your house, do your part to change the FBI crime statistics and stop killing people.
Boy, did he put the extra juice and the extra sauce on that or what? But I gotta play this for my peoples though. Y'all gotta hear how they rocking over there. Y'all you gotta hear how they rocking over there. You gotta hear it. All right, y'all. I know I've been beating up on y'all a little bit. So you know I gotta have, because there's not everybody's like y'all. My chat does not represent everybody. I understand that. I know they ain't all scumbags like y'all. So I gotta recruit a few of your own. Maybe y'all will listen to her. I don't know. Y'all never listen to me, but maybe y'all listen to her. Shout out to Laura. Laura, go ahead, Miss Addison.
No black person alive has been enslaved, and no white person alive has owned a slave. Why would we talk about reparations? You're not owed anything. You just want a free handout. Do they just want a free handout, or are we overlooking all of the history that brought us to where we are?
Are we looking it's a lot of history, y'all. Now she finna attempt to break it down for you. Open your earwax a little bit. Just open your earwax a little bit. It's gonna be a little softer message because she's saying it, okay?
People love to say that all races have been enslaved, that slavery existed everywhere, and that slavery still exists in Africa. We're not talking about everywhere. We live here.
Laura. I damn near think she put some salt and pepper on this concoction that she's trying to heat up.
Talking about the United States of America. And what happened here was not just slavery, it was a system. When what is now known as the United States started building off the slave trade, they didn't just accidentally create inequality. They wrote it into law.
Do you understand? She's kind of breaking it down like a fifth grader for you, man. I hope this is getting through to you. Continue.
There were free black people in early America. There were black people who built wealth, who owned land, who worked, who went to court, and who stood in some of the same legal and financial places as white people. But the people in power did not like that. They did not want black people free. They did not like the idea that poor black people and poor white people were realizing they had more in common than they did with wealthy landowners. So they created a racial system that kept black people at the bottom and gave poor white people just enough status to protect the system.
Did y'all not know this? Don't tell me Laura's smarter than y'all, man. Don't tell me Laura got more to facts than y'all. Did y'all know any of this? Did they teach y'all this? Huh? Look at him. Ryan, she's dumb as F. Is she? I think she's telling you what you need to hear, and you need to take an earful, boy. That's your problem. See, that's your problem right there, boy. Your ears ain't working right, boy. It's nothing between there, little boy. That's your problem right there. I'm trying to give you the knowledge. Nah. I'm trying to give it to you. But your receiving ain't right, boy. And that's your problem. Go ahead, Ma. Bust it down.
This is where racial chattel slavery comes in.
Right.
Chattel means property. Black people were not just enslaved as workers. They were not indentured servants. They were legally deemed property. They were stripped of their entire personhood, stripped of every human right, and that passed down through their bloodline. Which means if your mother was enslaved, when you were born, you were enslaved just because of her status. So no, you don't get to just dismiss this as everyone went through slavery. Because this was not just slavery. This was a system built to keep black people enslaved, controlled, unpaid, uneducated, and unable to build anything for generations.
But we sure turned that around, and y'all mad, boy. Y'all do that. We just can't get rid of them. We just can't. Everything we do, we can't get rid of them. We try to poison the water. They come back. We tried to give them crack. They came back. They stopped doing crime, for Christ's sakes. What do we do? What do we do? We just can't get rid of them. They just keep coming back. Oh my God. She did put a little Larry seasoning salt on this little dinner she trying to heat up though. It's microwave, but she cooking.
So the entire time, white families were building land, generational wealth, businesses, home ownership, inheritances. They were forcing black families to work for free and legally blocking them from making any advances.
Does that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense to y'all? Does that make any sense? Is Laura, are you picking up what Laura putting down? I mean, she laying it out there for you. All you got to do
to pass down to theirs. When slavery ended, they were still not handed freedom or equality.
No,
people loved to.
No, you know what we did? We went out and built places like Oscarville and Black Wall Street and Seneca Village in New York. And you know what they did? They tore it down and made a Central Park, or they threw a highway through it, or they built the Pentagon over it, or they used some of the land for Disney, or they made a dam right there, and or they put the town at the bottom of a lake. We did that. Did they do that to Chinatowns in any form or capacity? No. Did they do that to the Arab town? No. Did they do that to the Polish town? Did they do that to Koreatown? No, no, and no. They only did it to the black places. Only the black places were sabotaged. I'm talking about still to this day. Like the turkey leg hut. We did a video on the turkey leg hut. The turkey leg hut was a thriving business down there in Texas. People start coming, they start trying to hit them with noise ordinances. Y'all too loud, getting turkey legs. What? But if you go to Chinatown right now, you can go get the Touch Me Long Time massage right now. Right now, you can go get that. Right now, you can go get the Touch Me Long Time massage right now. But black people got to jump through all the hoops. Black people got to get all the scrutiny. Everybody else is just allowed to flourish and just live their little life. And we still do it too, though. Despite all the hurdles and setbacks, but despite all that, we still on that. And y'all can't stand it. You can't stand it. That's why you're mad. That's why you're upset. That's what attracts y'all like a moth to the flame to the chat. I have to go over there and give these Negroes a piece of my mind. Boo-hoo, cry harder. I love the injustice that I'm doing to you guys. Why don't you just say that? You know what? Why don't y'all just say the real stuff? Just say you get off on injustice and wrongdoings. Like, just say y'all devils. Or we gonna talk about the other thing. Because listen, y'all, I keep telling y'all, the tinfoil kufi is not far. And I have some ideas about these people that we speak of. Because it ain't no way. It just ain't no way. It ain't. But there is a way. If you know, one of the things that I choose to take solace in is just knowing that, you know, there's gonna be a yin to your yang, bro. We over here trying to yin it out, be on some yin, some zen yin, and we are constantly getting hit with the yang. Yeah, Carmelo is innocent. Of course he is. What are you talking about? Free Carmelo. What are you talking about? Go check the videos. I've been exposing y'all all last week. But we talking about this bread. And they mutants. Proud FBA, what up? They mutants, fam. I'm going aliens myself. And I would love to talk to y'all about why. What are you gonna do, loser? Loot a Walgreens? Honestly, dog, I think I done hit the big leagues and I got bots now. Cause some of the shit that people say in the chat, I can't even believe they real people. I can't even believe they real people out here in these streets. No, it's brothers like you is the reason why we're still being held back. Brothers like you. Who is that? JB Langsingale? You don't sound like you black. So I'm not even going to address you. That was a very tetheristic statement that you just made. You sound like you ain't never had a hairline with the statement that you just made. You sound like you traveled here with 4 pounds of bushmeat in your overhead compartment. You sound like you ain't never wore nothing but sandals with that statement. What the hell are you talking about? You know what? I got somebody. Yeah. I goes down to sub compound. You go low, I'm going to the the crust. I'm going to the crust of this shit. I don't care. But I got something for people like you. Cause you over here sound like you over here fighting for the wrong team, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, look, this is actually an example of something right here that I want to make. This actually, me playing this video makes a couple different points. I don't agree with a lot of shit that this dude be saying, right? He always trying to flip and make some shit about how black men don't protect black women. He on that gender war shit, right? And that's his prerogative because black people ain't a monolith. We ain't got to agree on everything. But what we need to agree on is the fundamentals. And if you talking about the check, then we on the same page. Listen to him.
I can't stand a black person that's against reparations.
Right?
Because why are you against reparations? Why are you against something that your ancestors were owed?
Right?
And since they couldn't get it, you should get it too.
Right?
And one thing I can't stand is when these black folks start repeating white people talking points. You handout, we don't need no handout. We're survivors. Being a survivor don't mean that you don't get what's owed to you, fam.
Right?
It's a debt that's owed to a group of people because of how they were treated.
Right?
And yes, black people are survivors. Yes, they are overcomers.
That's right.
Yes, we can work hard and succeed and get, ahead in life. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take what's owed to you. You shouldn't deny what's owed to you. So when I hear black people being against reparations, it's like, bro, you dudes should be excommunicated out of the community.
Straight up.
Because why is it that every other group of people can get theirs, but as black folks, we can't get ours, and then we have other black folks telling us we shouldn't get it? You're a dummy. And then if it's free money, take your free money. Stop repeating these talking points of, some people are just going to spend it on Jordans. Let them people spend their money on whatever they want to spend their money on, because every black person not going to do that. Some people going to invest in businesses. Some people going to invest in stocks. Some people going to buy some land. Some people going to do other stuff. Stop throwing all black people in one box.
Exactly.
You're dumb. Stop thinking all black people ignorant. He wouldn't know what to do with it. Some of y'all dudes that's talking don't even know what to do with your own money.
Right.
You don't know what to do with your money right now. Don't just because you would make some bad decisions with your money, don't mean everybody in the same boat with you.
Exactly.
Stop being against reparations as a black person, boy. That has nothing to do with a victim mentality. And why does America have money to give to everybody else, but when it comes to the people in their own backyard, you don't get nothing? You don't get nothing. That's dumb. You're dumb.
And again, like I said, it's a lot of issues that Cuz cover, and I don't rock with him at all. But when you cooking and you telling that truth on the truth roof side of the game, I'm all in there. I'm all in there. When we talk about slavery, we talk about, I got to learn y'all a little bit, and y'all hate when the messages come from me. So I got the little white lady to say it for y'all.
About slavery, they think in terms of forced labor, right? Or at most, they think in terms of people as property. But what they don't think about is there's a difference between property and a capital asset. Those people were also a capital asset. All capital assets are property, but not all property is a capital asset. Okay, a capital asset means it creates revenue. Your car, if you don't use it for work, is just a piece of property that you own. But if you are an Uber driver or a taxi driver, then that car is a capital asset. It is creating revenue for you. So all of these enslaved people, they weren't just property. They were also capital assets. They were generating revenue for their slave owners to the tune of $3.5 billion in 1860s money. So if we roll that forward to today, it's like $23 trillion today. To put that in perspective, those human beings collectively were more valuable than all the railroads, all the factories, and all the banks combined. And speaking of banks, the banks actually, JP Morgan admitted that they actually took human beings as collateral. In fact, their records show that they took like 14,000 human beings as collateral for loans. And if the farmers didn't pay the loans, the banks actually seized those human beings.
Now, when we say we foundational, that's what we mean foundational. We talking about foundational to actual corporations actually surviving. JP Morgan is around today. It ain't went nowhere. It's right now. It's today. You said you don't care about the alien flies? Hey, listen. They moved on. Listen, Sedona. They moved on too quick for them little files for me. I guess, chewing children and doing this, that, and the third to them ain't nothing to them. They moved on way quick. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Shout out to the members of the squad. We got some members. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Renee's Love. And shout out to Rosalinda Murphy. Rosalind Murphy. Shout out to my members, you know what I'm saying? On the lookout side of the game. I appreciate y'all. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, and shout out to Solstice for the birthday love. You know what I'm saying? A couple other people looked out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out in the chat again. I see you putting up them stars and all. I really appreciate that there too. You know, I'm just cooking these people and trying to learn them something. That's all. That's all. You know what? I know it hurts when I say it. I know it really, 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 really hurts when I say it. So that's why I try to soften the little blow and I try to get some of your people. Now, Trevor here is cooking. I don't know what seasoning he using, but he cooking. But watch the people in the chat attempt to tell me that Trevor don't know what he talking about. Go ahead, lace them up, Trevor. I hope they listen.
Black Americans have absolutely no reason to defend America, to fight for America, to honor America until we give reparations. Now, before y'all lose your shit and start saying, I didn't have any slaves, slavery was over 100 years ago, chill the fuck out, all right? Because that's not what we're talking about. This did not end 100 years ago. Slavery was not the end of all discrimination. It was not the end of all wealth being stripped and taken from Black Americans.
Did you understand that? It'd be a difference if it was gone today. It's still happening, guys. You guys whine so much, you're victims. Yeah, stop victimizing us. Holler at your people. Holler at your people. You guys cry so much, you're whining. The victimization is still going on, sir. It's still happening. Go ahead, Trevor.
Reconstruction era, Jim Crow era, Civil Rights era, the crack epidemic.
What?
There's not a point in time where America was not putting down Black Americans, taking their wealth from them, and preventing them from building capital. I went through and listed a whole bunch of Black towns that were destroyed by angry white mobs. Many of these towns were self-sufficient, and many of them had very wealthy Black residents like Jack Hawley, who had like 700 acres, a granary, a general store that was taken from him and never given back. He never got any.
What you think some of them lynchings was about? I just want to remind y'all, some of them lynchings was prominent Black men that was standing on it, owning it, having it, and they didn't like that. And you already know how it go. He fictitiously said something to a white girl. Get a rope. You already know how that go. But y'all don't want to hear these stories. This the real it. Stop being victims. Stop the victimization. Man, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Stop doing it. But that's why they don't like us, y'all. That's why Black people is the thorn in everybody's ass. Not just white people. The diaspora, immigrants, everybody. Here's why. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because we is the only one putting that foot to ass, because we the only ones that don't want to assimilate, because we the only ones that's not taking that crap. Yeah, we sensitive. Yeah, everything's an issue. Us making everything an issue got us up out of slavery, fool. What don't y'all understand about that? Don't y'all understand that's how we got here? By making everything an issue. And it's going to be continue to be an issue until we up out of here. And it don't look like y'all can get us up out of here. Doesn't look like y'all can get us up out of here. It just doesn't look that way. No, my blood pressure ain't high as fuck. I'm just passionate when I speak to my people, fam. But you want me to be bland? You want me to talk like this? Nah. That don't get the point across. Sometimes you got to escalate the temperature a little bit so you can understand what the flavor of the temperature is. If you know, you know. Go ahead, Trevor.
Reparations for it. That is wealth and capital that could have been passed on generationally that was stopped by white America. And it wasn't just the angry racist mobs that were causing this wealth inequality. Even though that alone should qualify for reparations, there was also the redlining. There was also the U.S. highways that destroyed neighborhoods.
Why does Trevor know this stuff, guys, and you don't know it? How does Trevor know these things, guys, and you don't know it? See, Rod Paya, you appreciate the passion? No, that's what I do. I have a passion for what I do. Birthday on Juneteenth, Black Panther on my chest, J Lava. I'm really about this. And I'm a Gemini, so I was born to communicate and say this stuff. It's just me. But why Trevor know and y'all don't know? Trevor reads. Just plain and simple. That was a good one, Nay. For real. Also real shit. Trevor reads. That's why. Why y'all don't know? What's up with y'all? Uh-oh. Proud FBA giving y'all the beeswax over there. I love it. Come on, Trevor.
There was gentrification that's still happening today. In a capitalist society, those who have capital will get more capital. Those who don't have capital, even what they have will be taken from them.
Now, let's talk about capital. While y'all talking about this system, do y'all know about the Freedmen's Bank? Do you know fresh out of slavery, black people was doing their thing, had thriving towns, and the government said, you know what? We got a bank for y'all to put money in so that you can start investing and getting interest and all that. And guess what they did? They stole black folks' money. Hundreds of thousands of millions of black people's money. And tricked it off and lost it. Look it up. Look it up. Y'all over there talking that garbage, but you don't know your history. They gathered up all black people money. We came fresh out of slavery, sharecropping. We had all the skills anyway, because y'all was lazy and wasn't doing nothing. So we came, built our stuff up, got it together, said, yo, we gonna participate in this American system. Let's go ahead and get this banking and all of this, these loans and all of that's cracking. Put all the money in there, and y'all took the money. Took the money. Yeah, they better pay up reparations. Y'all took the money, but y'all don't know your history. You don't know your history. Go ahead, Trevor.
So while white Americans got to pass on their capital, their wealth, generation after generation, black Americans and brown Americans had to restart over and over.
Now, wait a minute, Trevor. I always got to check this because I can't stand black and brown. I hate when I hear it. And I hate when people... Now, I'm not saying Trevor's doing it purposely. I ain't trying to cut Trevor's wisdom. But Trevor, if you seeing this, don't sat your ass up here, speak about all these black issues, blackity, blackatron, and then slip the brown. Don't do that, Trevor. Don't do that. Trevor, don't do that. Don't do that, Trevor. And that comes for any of you other bums that try to slip. Got me on my my life. And that go for any other you other bums that try to slip brown and black in there. We ain't having that. Go ahead, Trevor, now.
Not played Monopoly. Do you know what happens when one person owns all the properties? It gets a lot less fun to play for the rest of the people. Shit, when I played Monopoly, we were ready to fight each other. My siblings, we hated each other after that game. If you were winning, you were just rubbing it in everybody else's face, and the losers were always having the worst time and end up flipping the damn board over. That is literally a perfect analogy of what is happening today. Black Americans are flipping the board over. They're tired of the game because the game has never suited them. It's getting boring. So
Trevor got a point there. Trevor got a point there. Trevor thinking clever. Trevor thinking clever, huh? I said, yeah, Trevor tried it real quick. He tried it. He cooking though. He cooking with the board analogy. I like where you're going with that, Trevor. I like where you're going. Come on now. Give it to me now. What you got now?
How do we give out reparations? At this point, it would be damn near impossible to do it based on race, okay? There's so much mixing. What percentage, who would get it, you know?
Not see, that's where you went wrong, Trevor. Ah, Trevor. Oh, Trevor McGrever. Let me see. I thought Trevor think he clever. Trevor think he's super clever. He think he got one. Your slip is starting to show, Trevor. Let me see where you're going. Let me bring it back so I don't cut his wisdom. Let's see where he's going.
Reparations. At this point, it would be damn near impossible to do it based on race, okay? There's so much mixing. What percentage, who would get it, you know, it would just make a whole big mess. So that's why most people immediately stop thinking about reparations. Oh, we can't even do it. That'd be too complicated. But there is a way to do it. Y'all just don't want to give reparation. You could set up reparations that are not just cash. You're not just giving out stimulus checks.
Oh, Trevor. See, this why you got to watch out for them allies. This why you got to watch out for them. Because when it come down to the nitty, we ain't giving out no check now. No care, no way, no shit, no how. No care. We ain't giving out no check. Maybe some scholarships, some education. Community program. We ain't giving out no check now. I'm with you, black folk now, but if you talking about giving some money, Trevor ain't in now. I ain't doing that now. Trevor. Yes. Captain. Yes. That's why I'm pointing this out. That's why I get these videos. These is all teaching. These is all learning moments. Some people be like, play the video. Just play the... No, I'm not playing the video. That's not how I do my damn podcast. I stop the shit and I check the shit. That's what I do. I'm sick of motherfuckers being like, play the video. Nah, nigga. Go watch somebody else's podcast, cuz. That's how they do it. I do it like this over here on the Keep It Pete. And Trevor on some bullshit. Go ahead, Trevor.
You could set it up to where people in these zip codes that were redlined can get loans.
Get some loans now. We'll give you some money, but you got to give it back. Trevor. Trevor, ever. We'll give you a loan now. But you got checks. You want some check now? I don't know about the check. Yeah, they scared, ain't it? Trevor started. He came out the gate, man, full stride. He just strode up to a gallop. Now your boy doing a lot of prancing. He doing a little prancy, dancing. Oh my gosh. I give you a loan now, but you know you got to give back. Hold on. Look, he's serious. Trevor's serious as hell too. He got the solutions.
And these zip codes that were redlined can get loans, interest-free loans for houses, for business.
I give you interest-free, but you still got to. Oh shit. Oh no, Trevor. You get some little interest down, let your interest go. But you gonna have to pay. You gonna have to pay full price now. I need all mine now. Shit. Damn, Trevor. Come on, Trevor. What you got?
Reparations does not have to be cash.
Yes, the fuck it do, Trevor. I'm sick of you, Trevor. I'm sick of you, Trevor. Now I'm sick of you, Trevor. Trevor, ever. I'm sick of you now. All that shit you said in the beginning, Trevor, you was on some bullshit, Trevor. Y'all see how they try to Trojan horse, man. I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention to the Trojans out here. Pay attention to that's right, Sedona, cut the check. Do y'all see Trevor? Is it Trevor that y'all see? Trevor's out here cutting up. No, Trevor. You know what it is, Trevor? Real quick, y'all. We come into Washington to get our check. No, Trevor. We're coming to Washington to get our check, Trevor. You know what? When we get the check, they should cut the check for foundational Black Americans. That's why. You want to know why? Because people is mad that I'm foundational. Foundational what, you might ask? Foundational Black American. Right? Say it with your chest. Wear it if you ain't scared. Shameless plug. But Trevor. Come on, Trevor.
It could be education. It could be welfare. It could.
I told you he was gonna go to the education. I told you. I know you're kind, Trevor. I know you, Trevor. It could be welfare. Welfare, Trevor. Welfare? Welfare is just almost like the same thing as cash, Trevor. You know what, Trevor? We could do everything you just said with the cash, Trevor. You know that? Trevor, did you know that we could do everything that you just said with the cash? Trevor. I mean, think about it, Trevor. Think about it, bro. We can do exactly what you just said with the cash, Trevor. Yeah, they own more than welfare than us. You hear, Trevor? Yeah, they own welfare more than us. Yeah. You trying to sneak it on in there, right? The hell is Trevor talking about?
Could be housing. To prevent people from gentrifying these areas because of these loans, you do it based on income. This would.
Oh my God, Trevor. You didn't sop your ass up here and say, Trevor, you ain't sop your ass up here and said no crap like that, Trevor. Trevor, Did you just spend the better part of 2 minutes of this video talking about all the atrocities and this, that, and the third? And y'all need to know. You had me bullying these people all up in the damn comments talking about, do they know the knowledge? And what, Trevor? Income. Oh, your dad must, okay, your family must didn't leave you an inheritance or nothing like that, Trevor. So you trying to smooch and smooze on up in there on the low income side of the game. Nice try, Trevor. Nice try. Trevor Tron. God darn it. Trevor. There's more.
Also benefit not only black Americans, but Mexican Americans.
Ah, this nigga.
Native Americans.
Ah, this nigga. Trevor, they got their own casinos, Trevor. You can't know all the other knowledge and not know this knowledge, Trevor. You can't not know all the other knowledge, Trevor, and know that the government was handing out 6 racks, $4,000 in food stamps, putting people up in hotels, buying them scooters, paying for their food truck. Trevor, you can't not know that. Trevor? Trevor tried. Would the spirit be moving me, I'd be saying all type of shit. But Trevor got me real twisted right now. Trevor is on some grade A USDA bullshit. Trevor. God, Trevor. I'm not surprised, right? Because, I take all of these yo. See, he tried not to be so yo to make the messages so believable because he knew if he came with the yo, we discounted. So he tried to be Trevor Trin, and I know the knowledge. Man, Trevor, if you don't get up out of here. There's a little more.
Hawaiians, even Puerto Ricans. The entire
nigga, did this nigga say Hawaiians? Did this nigga say Puerto Ricans? Trevor, what's wrong with you, dog? Trevor, this shit done took a turn. This shit done fell all the way off a cliff. What the hell is wrong with Trevor, y'all? Oh my God. Trevor then got off on the wrong exit. Yeah, that nigga said Puerto Ricans. Cuz he said Puerto Ricans, dog. You might as well. Man. Oh, shoot. You might as well just add the whole African diaspora. Trevor Trans. Oh, Trevor something. Trevor is on one. God dang. Clever. Man, clever. He more than clever Trevor. He is deceitful Trevor. He is what is that? What they call what they call? With the little thing that went through the Trojan horse Trevor. That's what he is. Trojan Trevor. Man, what the hell? Gosh. And Trevor ain't done. Hold on. Trevor ain't even done. We still on Trevor. Trevor is laying out the master grand plan to get to scooch his old. Trevor probably got student loans. Trevor probably never got that job in IT that he wanted because the Indians got his spot. And Trevor's mad. And Trevor said, you know what? I'm gonna get on the black people's side, but white people, how white supremacy play both sides of the coin and shit. So he like, I'm gonna fight for them to get their reparations so I can get some. Damn, Trevor, that's diabolical. That is diabolical, Trevor. These is them people. This is what we up against, y'all. Watch out for the Trevors. Keep track of Trevors. Tracing Trevor, the Trojan horse Trevor. God.
The entire island of Puerto Rico would qualify for this.
Nigga.
Germany gave out reparations, okay? And they apologized. They sincerely apologized for what they did. And now look at their nation. It's one of the best places to live in the world.
The case you trying to make now don't really work now, Trevor. You can't hop off the tracks, derail and everything, and then think you finna come right back to the station. That we ain't doing that, Trevor. Nah, we ain't doing that, Trevor. You see how he tried to come back though? You see how he jumped out on the buck and Brock? He tried to wrangle it back on in. Trevor's right back in pocket. Because you know a good case is? Germany paid it. You know that, right? Germany paid it. Why won't we pay it? She in that sense, I'm going to get some. Hawaiians, Puerto Ricans, purple people eaters. Everybody can get some. Come on, Trev.
World. Hands down. Your social benefits are there. You have unlimited sick days. You have paid time off. You have affordable food, affordable housing. These are all things that were made possible because they paid reparations. I would argue if they never paid reparations, they would not have as great of a society as they do.
I bet you do, Trev. Y'all see how he done smoothed it all the way over now. Now Trevor is now speaking as if he getting it right along with us. Trevor done put himself in the car. Trevor put himself in the car, buckled his seatbelt, grabbed a book, turned on the dome light. Trevor is now along for the ride. If you let him, Trevor is going to your destination. And Puerto Ricans and Hawaiians and low-income people. What, Trevor?
Because the people changed. The hearts of the people changed. And that's what has never happened in America. And even if this whole thing flops and nobody's life gets better because of reparations, right?
Trevor think he is slick as hell. So advocate to get it. Advocate for me to get some too. And even if it don't work out, just try it. Just try it, y'all. What's the worst that could happen? I get some, they get some. And reparations for everybody.
At least we have shown people that we are changed by heart and that we care and that we want these communities to do better. And that would actually give these people in these communities a reason to care about America, a reason to fight for freedom.
So let me get this straight, Trev. As long as you getting some, it's going to help everybody else. So one tide lift all boats. That's the Trev on the same BS, man. That's the same thing Kamala Harris and them tried to say. That's the same thing Kamala Harris tried to say. The same exact thing. Shout out to my boy Kurt on Facebook. He just put this up. Y'all don't believe me. Hold on. Y'all don't believe me. I don't just be saying stuff. That's the same thing Kamala Harris tried to say.
Or reparations for black people.
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century.
And?
Segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income.
You know how they always so good at about naming everything? And they can name it all, boy, down to the toenail what happened. Do you know there was a fungus on the left toenail in Mississippi on June 19th, 1863 at approximately 2. They know everything. But wait, watch what she say.
And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country.
Why is she babbling? Why are you?
And in particular, black people have not.
See, look, notice how they always got to say this, that everybody knows what happened this, and she had to reassert it one time with black people. Black people went through those things. Okay, so if black people went through those things, what you gonna do?
And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family.
Ain't that the same thing that your boy just said? The low income, ain't that the same thing Trevor just said? Did Trevor just say the same thing? Oh, is that deja vu?
Think about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit.
She said a tax credit. She ain't even talking about no loan. I ain't loaning you nothing. You better take this tax credit. And not specifically for you black people, everybody that makes less than $100,000. Is this what Trevor was talking about?
Which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So if this is their logic, y'all. If we help everybody under 100,000, that automatically gonna lift up the black peoples. Even though we did all the stuff that I just mentioned specifically to the black peoples and nobody else. What? Listen, y'all.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at
no. Boy, they get a stick up they behind soon as it come to us specifically getting anything. Shout out to Black Alpha because he went to her little book signing encounter. I might have to show that video and find it, but shout out to Black Alpha because he went to the book signing encounter. But
the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners. Because the disparities are so significant.
Just talk to me like say you talking to me like I'm dumb without you saying you talking to me like I'm dumb. And you ain't never went to no APAC meeting or nobody and told them, well, yeah, we're going to do something for everything because you know it's going to affect Jewish families too. They ain't never said that. Because you know now, if we do something for everybody, you know it's going to affect y'all too. This is the yin and yang of it, y'all. I've been playing these videos, but I just wanted to kind of show y'all that the message has not changed. This Kamala way back, and then we got your boy Trevor right now saying the same thing. And notice how they always come in with their little Trojan. Yeah, black people experience this. You know the disparities. disparities. So what you gonna do about it?
At the same place, and they're not starting on equal footing. It will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No. Because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
Wrong. I just wanted to draw that parallel for y'all real quick. You know I scour the internet so you don't have to. So when you hear these little messages like your boy here.
Right now, they have no reason. We've never given them a reason because we've never truly apologized. We've never rectified what happened. And until that day happens, we are going to be divided in this country.
And for the non-suspecting person that just heard his whole message out, they would think he's an ally. He's down. He's invited to the cookout. Terrible. Yeah, man, think about if she would have won, fam. How worse off we would actually really be right now. We would be swimming in illegals. It ain't no telling what it would have. But the worst thing that would have happened is everybody would have went back to sleep. We wouldn't have got the heat from the Trump administration that, in my opinion, Black people need to mobilize and get together. If the Trump wouldn't have got in there, we wouldn't have got this Asian boycott. We wouldn't have got all these good deportations. It wouldn't have been none of that. It would be a whole world full of distraction, and we'd be doomed, boy. We'd be really doomed. This is the best thing that could have happened to Black people, this awakening. Because now people is getting very comfortable with telling you how they feel, which it should have been like that the whole time. Let me know what restaurant I'm not supposed to go in. Let me know what business I'm not supposed to shop in. Just say that with your chest. All that little weakness y'all be doing. So I think what's happening is good, man. Unfortunately, through the conditioning of our people, man, they done rocked us to sleep, man, and used all type of things to do it. You know what I'm saying? Sports, entertainment, music, video games, everything, man. Everything is a reason why. You remember we just getting out of that shut that shit up Sharif period of time. I know y'all remember that. Shut that shit up Sharif period of time. And if you see, I know we got some older viewers on here, but if you're young, let me tell you. Sharif was a character in the movie Menace to Society, and he was the only one that was like, they tried to play him up as super Muslim, but he was like the one that was like level-headed, like had his shit on correct. And there was a famous line in the movie where he was trying to spit knowledge to the brothers, and I think it was Old Dog that was like, man, shut that shit up, Sharif. Don't nobody want to hear all of that woo, 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 woo. And that particular phraseology, as happens in our culture, resonated with people who wanted to shut down people talking about tough things, like what's really going on, and holding people accountable for their contribution to it. So when people say that, we ain't never battled with doing the right thing or this, that. Like we got a community inherit bullshit. There's always been the shut that shit of Sharifs, and it's always been the Sharifs. I always been a Sharif. I particularly felt that part in the movie, like that stuck with me. That's why I'm able to articulate the parallels of that right now. And right now, we just coming up out of that. The Sharifs is winning. Sharifs, Kendrick put a stamp on that, but it was brewing. But that's because the old dog, so to speak, if we want to use the same analogy, the old dog era is over because the old dog era wasn't productive. The old dog era was pushed on us from people like old dog. We know where this propaganda come from. So me personally, I do have a little grace when it comes to my people, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the job that they did, the whack job they did on our brains. And I know that once you put the magic glasses on, you can never take them off. You never can convince nobody else to see them. And you can't never go back to seeing shit to how it was. And a lot of people ain't ready to put the glasses on. Let's keep it real. It goes back to even like the Matrix. Cuz said ignorance is bliss. He wanted a steak. Niggas want steak. There will be some that want steak and some that's willing to eat the oatmeal to turn into the Neo. The one. It's And that, again, I always talk about duality because I'm a Gemini. Yin and yang. Y'all hear me say it all the time. There's the good, the bad, the light, the dark. You know what I'm saying? Either you trying to be Neo or you trying to eat a steak. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? I think you're looking at Cain in the mirror. Do you even know what I'm talking about? I think make sure y'all smash that like button. Yeah, thanks, brother. But man, I'm talking about really, really busting it down. I'm finna do this joint right here. I'm gonna drop, and then I'm gonna come right back because there's been an update on said boycott, and the people was talking. The needle is moving. They thought it was gonna be something else, but it's something else. So I'm gonna come back with that when we're going. The Monday is a double stream day, but I got a few more people in the community that wanted to say their piece about compensation and reparations, and then we're gonna head on now.
After slavery, this country didn't repair the people who were brutalized.
That's
it
right.
paid the people who brutalized them.
That's right.
Enslavers were reimbursed for their loss of property, meaning they got government checks for no longer being allowed to own human beings.
Come on.
Meanwhile, the newly freed black families got nothing. No land, no money, no education, no protection, just good luck. You're strong. You'll figure it out. In 1862, when D.C. abolished slavery, the United States government handed out the first reparations, not to the enslaved, but to the enslavers. They got the modern equivalent of millions to ease the transition. And black people got $10 and a pat on the head if they were lucky. When the Civil War ended, freedom came with zero support, zero resources, and zero justice. We were pushed into poverty by design. Then it paid. After slavery, this country didn't repair.
Do what she was cooking, and what she was touching on was systems. And y'all know how I put it together, right? She actually now we see what happened with Trevor. Learn to keep your side eye up is what I'm trying to tell you. Learn to keep your side eye up. But we're going to listen. Go ahead. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Hold on, hold on. I thought I clicked on it. I thought I clicked on it. Hold on. Listen, with your third ear now.
So they created a racial system that kept black people at the bottom and gave poor white people just enough status to protect the system. This is where racial chattel slavery comes in. Chattel means property. Black people were not just enslaved as workers. They were not indentured servants. They were legally deemed property. They were stripped of their entire personhood, stripped of every human right, and that passed down through their bloodline. Which means if your mother was enslaved, when you were born, you were enslaved just because of her status. So no, you don't get to just dismiss this as everyone went through slavery. Because this was not just slavery. This was a system built to keep black people enslaved, controlled, unpaid, uneducated, and unable to build anything for generations. So the entire time, white families were building land, generational wealth, businesses, home ownership, inheritances. They were forcing black families to work for free and legally blocking them from making any advances to pass down to theirs. When slavery ended, they were still not handed freedom or equality. People love to talk about...
No, we actually built it up and got to where we got, and they came and ravaged it again.
40 acres and a mule. It was promised, land was set aside for it, but majority of that land was given back to the Confederates and the former slave owners. So black families were denied wealth during slavery and then denied the resources to help build back after slavery. Then came black codes, Jim Crow, segregation, voter suppression, redlining, housing discrimination, job discrimination, banking discrimination, education discrimination, and policing discrimination.
I'm just waiting for the boom to be dropped. I've learned my lesson. So I'm just waiting.
That is systemic racism.
Yeah.
That's a word that people do not like, but that's what it is. Racism built into laws, schools, banking, housing, jobs, policing, and any opportunity to help them get ahead. And it's not gone. So when people say, why reparations? This is why. Reparations are not about free money. It's about repair. This country did not just hurt feelings. It stole labor. It stole land. It stole wages. It stole education. It stole opportunity. And then told the descendants of those people to catch up on their own. And just so you know, the United Nations has called the trafficking and chattel enslavement of Africans the gravest crime against humanity. So the question is not, why are reparations being talked about? The question is, why does America still have such a problem being honest about repair? This is the beginning of a series of the unwhitewashed version of United States history. Stay tuned.
Okay, so she ain't revealed it yet. So we'll have to watch. We'll have to pay attention to her in a few more videos to see if it come out. She kept it on the up and up there, but we know from Trevor, we know where that can go on the ally side of the game. I figured I would go ahead and close. I wanted to play this because I got this from the elder about reparations. And this is why the government doesn't want to play back people reparations.
The nation makes it clear that in schools, in housing, we've got to learn to live together as brothers. I think the biggest problem now is that we got our gains over the last 12 years at bargain rate, so to speak. It didn't cost the nation anything. In fact, it helped the economic side of the nation to integrate lunch counters and public accommodations. It didn't cost the nation anything to get the right to vote established. And now we are confronting issues that cannot be solved without costing the nation billions of dollars. Now I think this is where we're getting our greatest resistance. They may put it on many other things, but we can't get rid of slums and poverty without it costing the nation something.
It's going to have to cost something. That's it. It's gonna have to cost something. Oh yeah. This y'all ain't gonna get the skate for free. This ride costs, boss. All right, so if y'all still rocking in this, that, and the other, I need y'all to join me back because I'm about to go over this. I'm finna go over this boycott thing. Boycott is heating up, and I want to showcase a few businesses that I found that was important for everybody. So love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for Shoha. You already know.